series. In today's Daily Blitz, it's going to be what is requested, a gameplay demo. Let me explain a little bit as to what this will entail. We're going to go into the exhibition menu and look at the Pro Bowl option, since that does not really involve any teams or anything like that. What we're also going to do is I will try to explain plays on the offensive side. The problem is that because I'm not going to be using OCR in this broadcast, there's no way for me to really know what it is that I'm calling. I can demonstrate, I can tell you what sections of the playbook I'm in as far as play type and quick pass and things like that, but I can't tell you what my plays are except for a couple of them because those couple of plays I've memorized. And so it's really, the accessibility of Madden is so well done outside of the game. And even in the pause menu, it's very well done. We'll take a look around at the depth chart and we'll make substitutions and we'll look at things like that. But as far as in the game itself, in the play area, they haven't done that yet. So there really isn't going to be much that I can tell you as far as plays that I'm calling, especially on the defensive side, and practically the whole time. The Daily Blitz, after this, we're going to jump into the how-to section as far as building a franchise goes. And in the next Daily Blitz, we're actually going to look at how to perform a trade, and we will use OCR for that. You will need OCR to know how many players you are needed to how many players are needed by the team you're wanting to trade. And so that's important. And we'll also look at free agency, which you won't need OCR for. We'll look at trades and free agency. That'll be 09. In 10, I want to look at setting up your contracts. We won't need OCR for that. And I'll explain to you some tricks that you can use on an offline franchise. Don't do this on an online franchise. I can tell you this much. It was done for one player that at the time nobody had a team for, and let's just say that there are people who don't like it. But I will show you guys a few tricks of the trade to get the players that you want for your team. With that all being said, those are the next couple of Daily Blitzes. With that all being said, let's go to Exhibition.
Exhibition.
And we're going to go down to the Pro Bowl.
Pop-up online Pro Bowl.
And we're going to...
Entering Team Select screen. The Pro Bowl NFC. The home team are selected. No side. Home team selection. Pro Bowl NFC.
Yeah, I'll take them. I'll take the NFC. I don't mind. Just because Tom Brady is probably the quarterback in the AFC. No, wait. Mahomes is. That's right. I'll take them.
No, away team selection Pro Bowl AFC. Ready.
Alright, and we're going to go and just press A here. So, the game is loading right now.
Entering game settings screen, you have 9 options. Game style option is set to simulation is selected.
Just give me a moment here and I'll be right back.
Hello, everyone. It's the coach. Welcome to EA Sports coverage of the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl from right here in Orlando, Florida. Coming up, the AFC looking to make it 3 in a row as they square off against their rivals from the NFC. I'll be back at halftime, but first, let's get you downtown to Camping World Stadium. Standing by our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Straight ahead, bragging rights on the line in the 46th meeting of the AFC and the NFC in the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl game.
We'll only play the first half of this,
As
maybe
always,
even the first quarter,
Charles
because I think I
Davis,
got
I'm
these set to
Brandon
6
Gaudin, and
minutes.
Charles, Rams and Patriots still a week away. We'll touch on that later. But as Coach said, the AFC coming in here on a 2-game win streak.
And I love the fact that it's back to AFC versus NFC. We had that little time frame with captain's picks, and there was no side. I didn't like that. So let's see if the NFC can get into it. Drew Brees will be their starting quarterback. Probably a little perturbed about how his season ended. And Patrick Mahomes from Kansas City, what a second season for that youngster.
I like Patrick Mahomes. The guy is... Oh, we're on rookie, by the way.
All set to go now from Orlando. The 2019 NFL Pro Bowl is underway. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The NFC offense taking the field, being led in blue by the NFL's all-time passing leader. 12th Pro Bowl nomination for the great QB from New Orleans, Drew Brees.
And you and I both know that this is not easy for him. It's fun to play football at any time, but you know he'd rather be preparing for the Super Bowl and still trying to get that missed call out of his head that may have prevented his Saints from getting there.
May have prevented. It did prevent him. I'm going to press A on coach suggestions, and this is where I really don't know what I'm calling, so I'm going to go down twice and press X. And the only way I would have an idea is if I did OCR, but I can't do OCR and stream to you guys. And so this is the way.
Here's Brees. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. For Drew Brees, this his 12th Pro Bowl nomination, though he hasn't played all 12 years, but still, what a career and what a season. And to do it at this age, unbelievable.
Not too bad for a guy who turned 40 the week leading up to the NFC Championship game. He keeps himself in such superb physical condition and still loves everything that goes along with football. He may play till he's 60.
Here's a throw right side.
If Drew Brees plays until he's 60, we're in all
near
sorts
the
of
40
trouble.
to the 39.
And again, guys, I'm sorry.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
When we get to the
I do
offensive
believe we'll
side.
see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good. That middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it. Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And they did a graphic of somebody's team. Maybe it was their
on third
offense.
down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Nickel formation by me on the defensive side.
Now Brees. They'll set up the screen to Barkley.
That did not work.
He will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The AFC heading out on offense, and leading him is number 15 from the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, in his first ever Pro Bowl.
Get your tux, get your best suit. Let's head to the red carpet. NFL Honors is coming up, and he will be the heavy favorite to be the NFL MVP. And let's face it, we'll see him here at the Pro Bowl many times to come in future years.
Okay, so the first option is suggestions. I'm going to go down 3 times to play type. And I'm going to pause this here so I can explain some things. So when you enter...
Screen, resume.
Thank you, narrator. Menu narration. When you enter play type for the first time, you're going to have 3 separate tabs with tiles going down each side, except for the one that is option. And that will have... well, yeah, they will all have things. But starting out, you're on the passes section of the play type area. And the passes section consists of quick pass, standard pass, shotgun pass, play action pass, screen pass, and Hail Mary. To the right of that are your runs: inside handoff, outside handoff, misdirection or toss. You have quarterback draw. You have draws, or you have counters. You have draws, and then you have the fullback. You have plays for the fullback or tight end, whichever has that position. To the right of that is going to be your special teams, or not your special teams, your option. And that is your option reads. Your some of them are run pass options, and things of that sort. To the right of that will be your special teams and your clock management. That's where you do your fake field goals. That's where you do your kneel downs. That's where you do your all those things. And so I definitely don't have any playbook memorized, but let's go through calling the simple pass play here. And I'm sitting on the play type menu, and I'm going to press A once, and I'm going to press A again.
Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
If this is a quick slant or a slant pattern play.
Mahomes going to throw.
Yes, it is.
The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
One thing
and I'm
we do
still
know,
sitting
he's
in
going
that
to get his
call
catches.
play.
So
You're
they move
still
forward
sitting in that
defensively.
quick pass area.
Got to continue to focus on not
press
giving up the big
B.
play when he does catch the ball in the second
down to standard pass. I'm going to press A. I'm going to go down once, and I'm going to press Y.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, second and a yard.
Passing category yet.
To throw, it's Mahomes.
Waiting 3 times.
And that's going to be
waited 3 seconds, and I
Too tough to hold on to that one.
And
it's second down. The starting unit for the AFC, definite Pittsburgh connection on that offensive line. 3 Steelers in Villanueva, Pouncey, and DeCastro. Also in that starting group, Quentin Nelson, the rookie from Indy at left guard, and the Titans' Taylor Lewan, selected to his 3rd straight Pro Bowl at right tackle. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful.
Good offensive
now it's
line.
3rd and 1.
I want to snap the ball.
Mahomes now to throw. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down for Patrick Mahomes. What a season he had. First as a full-time starter, and he goes over 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and rewarded with his first Pro Bowl.
And think about, if you're in Kansas City, the organization, the team, the city, how well are you set up for future years with that youngster as your quarterback? Not only are the guys on the team excited about it,
I went to the right
think
once,
about
I
free
pressed
agents,
A on
thinking
inside
about where they
handoff.
might want to play. If you're a free agent receiver, you're thinking Kansas City.
And I went down twice and pressed X.
A first-time Pro Bowler. Here's James Conner of the Steelers. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The Panthers' Luke Kuechly there on the tackle.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run
go up
fits,
once and press A.
creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Y. I'm still
This will
in
probably be the last
inside
play of the
handoff.
quarter.
Yeah, this is short quarters, so
On second down, Conner looking for space. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the AFC in possession of the football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10.
okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to back out of here. I'm going to hit B twice. I'm going to go back into play type. I'm going to go to the right once. I'm going to go down once to outside handoff. I'm going to go down twice and press A.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Oh, design run for their wideout. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. When you think about the history of this Pro Bowl game, there was an all-star game going all the way back to 1939, but it officially became called the Pro Bowl in, I think, 1951.
You're exactly right, and that game was played out in L.A., in the same stadium where the
I'm
LA
gonna
Rams
go
currently
down
play.
3 times to play
and back
action.
Then they split it into conferences, the American Conference versus the National Conference. The American Conference won 28-27. MVP of the game, quarterback Otto Graham, nickname Automatic.
On second and 11 now.
Throw it over to
Hopkins on the grab over the
I'm
middle.
throwing these passes to Y,
down around the
or to X, I should
15-yard
say.
line.
And X
Last play
is
they got stuffed
the
at the
number
line.
1
Different
starting
story
receiver.
here, over 20
Okay?
yards.
B is your number 2
They're piecing
starting
together a nice
receiver.
drive to start.
A
This one
and
seems
Y,
pretty
for the
scripted and
most
pretty
part,
successful
are your
so far.
tight ends.
And I
Those
think
would be
they did
3
it
and
without
4,
our help. Because you remember when we sat in with in the production
right
meeting with
bumper is
them
your
to talk
5th
about this.
receiver
And
on the
hey,
play
you
if
know,
you've
you
got
guys going to come out of the gate. I know
but
I
that
offered
depends
my
on
help
the
with a
play.
few plays, and they didn't seem to
I didn't
want it.
offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever
again,
they're doing, though,
X,
it's working really
B,
well.
1 and 2, A, Y, 3 and 4, right bumper, number 5. Let's try a quick slant again.
180. Ready? Got double tight. Double tight. Border.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to
The reason
play
why
with.
you heard me counting
And he'll
was
be
so I
brought
could
down
try and
this
time
time
my
at the
route.
5-yard line.
Before you
They'll
ask
wind
how
up
I
getting
know
10
what my
back as
routes
that
are,
sets them up for third down.
I don't.
I think a
I'm
lot of
just
people
taking
ask
a
the same
wild
question
guess.
all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Here's Mahomes
Touchdown.
to throw.
Touchdown.
And he will score. Touchdown AFC.
Throw it to A, which is the
A
tight end.
5-yard touchdown catch. And the AFC is in for 6. Well, we saw that tandem hook up quite a few times during the regular season, didn't we?
We certainly did, and it continues now in the Pro Bowl. You have to know that even if they didn't consciously plan it, you do try and find guys you're familiar with in a game like this.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play
Explain the
drive,
kicking
and it
system.
ends with
So
an
the kicking
AFC
system is a
touchdown.
visual meter, but it is accessible. There will be vibrations that will accompany your kicks, and I'm going to put the controller up here so that we can hear these. And this is what this is what it'll feel like or sound like. And also listen for the sounds that tell you if your kick is perfect or not. Okay, I'm going to hold this here. Here we go.
Set now to kick this one away,
And the kick is
off
away.
it goes.
Let's see, does it go in the end zone?
This will be taken in at the 1.
No.
Now a hit and a loose
he
football.
fumbled.
And that's picked up by the AFC. And he is going to bring this one back. A fumble return for an AFC touchdown. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch
right
that may
bumper.
lead to a knockout.
And that will, on defense, if the player is prone to, cause a fumble. So that is...
the extra point
that
now
is one of the
coming from
things you can do.
Myers.
Same principle as the kickoff.
And it's good to make it 14-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
We'll only play the first half.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Getting set to go again on offense. We get a peek at Julio Jones now. And you look at the numbers, not only has he not caught a pass, they haven't targeted him yet. And we're coming up toward halftime.
And you remember our meeting with the coach beforehand? What did he tell us about him? I write his number on my play sheet, and I circle it in bold type because I want to make sure he gets the ball and often.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Charles, this the 2019 Pro Bowl. The AFC's won both games that have been played here in Orlando since they moved it here. Both have been competitive, 20-13 2 seasons ago, and last year in 2018 it was 24-23 the final.
Yeah, and 2 years ago, Travis Kelce, Lorenzo Alexander were the game MVPs, offense and defense respectively. And then last year, Delaney Walker of the Titans, their tight end, he won it on offense, and Von Miller of the Broncos won it on defense.
And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
I just pressed A to
I know the scouting
call a
report
punt
on
play
him is that he doesn't possess the
I'm
eye
staying in
discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Back out is the AFC offense. Well, we can continue to talk Pro Bowl as we go along, but let's talk a little Super Bowl. Super Bowl 53, 1 week from today over in Atlanta, New England taking on the Rams. Time for your Super Bowl prediction, CD. What do you think?
Well, everyone thinks defense when they think the New England Patriots, but in the time that they've had their head coach and their quarterback, Tom Brady, guess what? They're the #1 offensive team in the NFL. And you know the Rams are high flyers as well. So that tells me that this Super Bowl, low scoring. It's going to be a total anomaly. I'm thinking somewhere in the neighborhood of 13-10 final score, going totally opposite what it should be.
Wow, I'm going to completely disagree. I see high scoring, maybe 51-44, something like that. The two punters, Johnny Hecker and Ryan Allen, don't even show up to this one.
Johnny Hecker might throw a touchdown pass because you know the Rams like to fake it when he's on the field.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him
Sadly,
contained
that's not
as they're
what
able to
happened
get him
at all.
down. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Mahomes.
I went out
he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like he'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. So we're at halftime of the 2019 Pro Bowl with the AFC out on top. As we'll send you across town to our studios here in Orlando and check. All right, hang on. We'll jump.
All right, everyone,
Entering pause screen, resume.
that concludes this edition of the Daily Blitz. We didn't really get into substitutions, but let's take a look quickly before we go at the depth chart. And remember, we looked at the pause menu when I first did an introduction to accessibility. So let's take a look at the depth chart, and we know that that is accessible.
Alt out, super sim, quit slash
Just going to the right.
Depth chart.
And it says depth chart here. I'm going to press A.
Entering depth chart screen, 1 row 57 columns, left filter AFC, right filter QB slot, no players. Player name P Rivers.
So if I want to substitute Phillip Rivers here.
Player name T Brady.
Oh, no. Brady,
Player
you're
name
not
P
playing.
Rivers.
So Phillip Rivers, Patrick Mahomes, and Tom Brady are the 3 for the AFC. So let's say I want to give Patrick a rest. I'm going to press A on Phillip Rivers. I'm going to go up
Player
1.
name P Mahomes.
And it says P Mahomes. And I'm going to press A again. And if I go down,
Slot 2. Player name P Mahomes.
Mahomes is in slot 2. This means he will not get the start. So what if I want to change my running back? Let's see.
AHB selected.
I hit right trigger, and I held it down. And while holding down the right trigger, I went down on the left stick, and that brings me to my running back position. Let's see who
Player
we have
name
here.
J Connor.
Who's down
Player
below?
name M Gordon III. Player name P Lindsay. Player name L Miller.
Oh, good. Lamar Miller's here. Let's say I want him to start now. I'm going to go A, and I'm going to go up 3 times.
Player name J Connor.
And I'm going to press A. And now at the
Slot
top
2. Player name L Miller.
is Lamar Miller. And if I hit B, That's your depth
Entering
chart.
coaching screen. Depth chart.
That is your depth chart.
Challenge play. Offensive audibles. Defensive audibles.
Audibles are not really
Settings.
accessible. But we're done here. That's
Call to
how
knock.
you do things on the
Super
depth
sim.
chart. It's really simple.
Quit /
And now we're going to
restart.
exit this. And that will be the end of
Entering
today's
quit
daily
/
blitz. The
restart
next
screen.
daily
You have two
blitz
options. Quit game is selected.
is again going to be doing trades, and that will be back in the demo franchise that we worked on originally. And I'm going to go ahead and press
Restart game.
I'm going to go to
Quit game.
and I'm going to press
Entering exit. Yes,
and I'm going to
exit
go down to
menu.
yes, and I'm going to press A, and we should hit the menu now.
Entering team select screen. The Pro Bowl and
I'm gonna
FC
press
home
B.
team are selected. Entering
B
main
again.
menu screen. Beat the clock.
Oh, new
Exhibit,
challenges.
Beat the clock.
Ooh, that sounds fun. I'll have to look at those. That is an ultimate team, which will be something else that we will cover. We'll show you what's accessible, and then we'll show you what requires OCR in another Daily Blitz. But until next time, for the next Daily Blitz, this is Vol for Life 8657, signing off.
Guide for Vol for Life 8657 window. Communication tab. 6 of 8. Chats. Button. Overlay 1. Notifications window. No new notifications. Guide for Vol for Life 8657 window. Overlay 1. Broadcast window.